I bet you've all been looking forward to this review, and I personally can't wait to lambast this movie. As you all remember, the original Pink Panther series ended on a whimper in 1993 with the castration that was Son of the Pink Panther. But 13 years later, it was decided to remake the series with a new cast and crew. At least they should have made something good, but instead we got more crap. Directing duties were handed over to Sean Levy, the guy who made the Night at the Museum trilogy and most recently Free Guy, but this is more in line with his other works like Cheaper by the Dozen. Oh no! So let's watch the much anticipated remake of The Pink Panther. The lion just got raped by that panther. The new Inspector Clouseau is played by Steve Martin as we see him work in your typical French village. That's the highlight of the film's comedy. It's all downhill from there.
Monsieur Dumont, you must move your vehicle immediately.
Oh, my chair, it won't move.
Nobody in the village will help me.
Positive to the negative to the positive. There.
Why did you hire Clouseau as a policeman?
Don't look at me! He was the only one who applied for the job. What was I supposed to do?
You are under arrest for the murder of Pierre Fouquet. You are under arrest for the murder of Pierre Fouquet. Pierre Fouquet? The case is closed.
You don't want to come across Claude Chabrol. He would be pissed off at you. Next, we cut to a football match where the French team's coach is played by Jason Statham. That was unexpected. And he's engaged to Beyoncé. That was also unexpected.
On it, the Pink Panther diamond. It was quite the symbol of pride and victory for the French team.
So the match between China and France takes place with the French team winning the game. That's probably the only time we'll ever hear Jason Statham talk in this movie.
Collapsed. Dead. A poison dart in his neck, and the Pink Panther diamond had disappeared.
At least this appearance was longer than his cameo in Collateral. This leads to our opening credits, which do justice to the original ones. I don't have much to say about it, so let's move on.
The newspapers fed on Gluon's murder with a frenzy.
In this remake, the iconic Inspector Dreyfus is played by Kevin Kline, who is investigating the crime but wants to use an idiot as a red herring.
Low-level incompetent, who will plod along, getting nowhere, with the media watching his every step. Oh, I think I know the perfect man for the job.
21st century remix of the Pink Panther music. Very typical of the era.
Good morning, mademoiselle.
I'll be right with you.
If she looks familiar, yes, that's Emily Mortimer. Emily Mortimer said yes to this movie.
Could you help me down?
Don't jump. Yes, that's a good. Okay.
Okay, now the gag is very forced.
I can't see it as thing.
Maybe over here.
This movie was made for kids.
Officer Jacques Clouseau, gendarme, third class.
Okay, where's my gun? I want to kill him!
I have decided to promote you to Inspector.
Inspector?
Exactly. With all of their blah, 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 blah. If you would be so kind, please.
Hey, there's nothing on this paper. That's all right. We'll fill in something later.
Clouseau is taken to his new office, which has a globe identical to the one in the original.
We must find that woman.
The remake does homage to that gag, just not as funny. Like I said, not as funny as the original. While Clouseau makes a fool of himself, Dreyfus and his team conduct the investigation.
The poison is from China. The Chinese are from China. It may be too early to say for certain, but I think our killer is Chinese.
Why are you blaming the Chinese? You haven't seriously become racist after the last pandemic.
Good morning, monsieur.
He gets a partner named Bonton, played by Jean Reno.
My family has done police work in Paris for 9 generations.
And before that?
We were policemen in the surrounding areas for 200 years.
And before that?
Immigrants from various countries in Europe, all involved in police work.
His family blood is as blue as the police uniform.
Intermittently and without warning, I will attack you whenever and wherever it is least expected. In this way, I will keep you vigilant and alert.
Bonton is obviously Cato's replacement.
Good night, Ponton.
Good night, Clouseau.
Good one.
Thank you.
Clouseau begins by interrogating everyone who knew Jason Statham, starting off with Beyoncé's character Zanya.
3 months ago in Shanghai, I caught him with another woman. And this was after he said he loved me. I hated him.
Huge contrast to the moment you two were clearly kissing romantically.
Can you think of anyone else who might have hated Gluon?
Bisou.
The football star.
I was dating Bisou when I met Gluon. He thought Gluon was a bad guy for stealing me away.
They try to find Bisou among the team players, but find out that everyone hated Jason Statham.
I spent 6 years under his thumb, being verbally abused every day. Yes, I was not a fan of Yves Gluon. Not every death is a tragedy.
It's Jason Statham. It's normal to envy him.
We shall see about Mr. Bisou.
Clouseau interrogates the football player Bisou, who has the same attitude as everyone else.
Did you kill him?
I would have loved to have killed him.
Duh.
But some lucky bastard beat me to it.
Don't say that when you're being questioned by the police.
La Roque.
Raymond La Roque. The casino owner.
Gluon would steal money from the restaurants and use it to gamble.
He brings a detonator in the hope of blasting this movie from existence.
You know what we do to prisoners who don't cooperate? Like this, I take one electrode, I take the other one, I put it.
That's the scream of someone who isn't getting laid tonight. Anyway, back to Clouseau hurting more people.
Is it okay?
How is the globe still moving? After another lame attempt at humor, Emily takes the detective's new clothes to his apartment.
Do you mind if I have these? I haven't eaten.
Oh, please, go ahead.
I'm so hungry I'd forgotten how to chew the egg, causing me to choke.
The Heimlich! The Heimlich!
What? How did it blow up? Avoid fizzy drinks! As if that wasn't bad enough, Bisou gets murdered and Clouseau investigates the scene of the crime.
I heard Bisou say, "Oh, it's you." And then there was gunfire.
I want to interrogate every person in Paris with the name you. You are Yoe the Trainer, trains.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll be honest with you, I find your accent quite funny. You need to work on your accent.
Wow, Clouseau is kind of an asshole. The Peter Sellers version did insult people, but only because of his misunderstandings. He didn't go around insulting random people.
Do you have a rhym? A rhym? I said, do you have a rhym?
What?
What?
What? What?
What?
You mean, do I have a room?
That is what I have been saying, you fool.
They go to a casino where they come across Clive Owen, who plays the character who is so obviously a parody of James Bond.
Boswell, Nigel Boswell, Agent 006. Know what that means?
Of course I do. You are one short of the big time.
He's in this movie because he didn't get the lead role in Casino Royale.
Very impressive, Inspector Clouseau. Please make yourself at home. Now, how can I help you?
He goes to speak to the casino manager, played by the sheriff of Rottingham from Robin Hood Men in Tights.
One should always handle an antique vase from the inside.
That's odd. Well, they did they went like this, and then...
It's the classic scenario where nobody helps our hero, not even when his elbow is being eaten by piranhas. Nobody cares about him.
Is this vase of great value?
It is a worthless imitation.
Good.
But that desk was priceless.
Not anymore.
Clouseau,
Oh, yes.
I need your help. Behind you in the casino are the gas mask bandits.
The casino is being robbed and Clive Owen asks Clouseau for his coat so that he isn't recognized. At least he's a better James Bond than George Lazenby.
I'm not supposed to be here, remember? Inspector?
That's the last we see of Clive Owen. The only reason he was in this movie was so people would think that it was Clouseau who had stopped the bandits.
Does Clouseau think the bandits are connected to the Pink Panther?
Is Clouseau going to be promoted, sir?
I cannot comment on ongoing investigation.
Oh, and there's also a subplot about Dreyfus trying to win a Medal of Honor after losing 7 previous nominations, but he now has stiff competition.
I would like to add one more name for the committee's consideration. Inspector Jacques Clouseau, who just last night captured the notorious gas mask bandits.
Excellent idea. All in favor?
Meanwhile, the hero that this country doesn't deserve makes progress with the case.
We have rounded up all the people in Paris with the name U.
3更半夜，你拉娘係做乜嘢？我都冇做過啲咩嘢事啊！你做咩嘢拉我啊？
Ah, yes. I remember when I used to make jokes about people who happen to be called you. When I was 6 fucking years old! I think that's the film's target demographic. The very immature embryo to 8-year-olds. Anyone slightly above that age will find it very uninspiring.
Clouseau.
Ah, Tonton.
I just wanted to see where you are with the investigation.
They are suspicious of Zanya, who is traveling to New York, so they decide to follow her.
If I'm going to America, I'm going to have to learn to speak with a flawless American accent so as not to arouse suspicion.
So find me the greatest accent coach in the world.
What for? Just have Steve Martin speak in his American accent and he'll be fine.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
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 Remember, repeating the same lines while shouting equals funny.
It's not hamburger, hamburger.
I'm not saying dimburger.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
I would like to buy the burger.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
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 Here's a good idea. Have a point. It makes it so much more interesting for the listener.
They make it to New York where they locate Zanya while trying to blend in.
Newspapers!
That's the reason why reading the newspaper while walking fell out of fashion.
Inspector, would you like to join me for dinner at the Waldorf?
Certainly, mademoiselle.
He accepts her invitation but thinks that her hotel room is being bugged. Why would the cables holding the chandelier be located in her room?
Why were you being so elusive today?
I've heard things about you, Inspector. That you really know how to treat a woman.
Let the games begin.
He prepares to get laid but accidentally drops his only Viagra pill down the drain. Okay, this isn't funny. There's way too much suspension of disbelief. Most of the slapstick in the original relied on accidents that you could see happen in real life, and the times when it would go over the top, it made sense from a comedic point of view as to why it would happen. In this movie, they just over-exaggerate the outcome of every slapstick joke, thinking that randomness is enough to make people laugh. Maybe if the film was set in a very cartoonish universe like the Naked Gun series, then maybe it could have worked. But because it's half in, half out, it feels inconsistent.
Don't ask why, just do it. You have the flight number. He leaves tomorrow out of JFK.
Dreyfus as an undercover agent swapped Clouseau's bag at JFK Airport, just as the detective tries to sneak some hamburgers past security.
Come on through.
Hand check on 2.
C'est un espèce Nimchuks.
Those are my massage tools.
Happy birthday!
What's in your pocket, sir?
I have in my pocket a couple of hamburgers.
The hamburger scene from before does actually come into play.
Hamburgers?
Sir, in your pocket you have...
All right, I have flour and hors d'oeuvres.
Again.
Damn it!
How about showing him the hamburger?
Yeah, I'm sitting telling you I have a couple of hamburgers.
I've got an Andarter down on 6. I've got an Andarter down on 6!
Sir!
If they were trying to rhyme hamburger with the name of an actual weapon, it doesn't make sense.
All right, I'll just show you.
Stick him, W!
Oh come on, I've seen more embarrassing things out of Marie Le Pen. Clouseau is sent back to France in disgrace, as Dreyfus happily fires him from the force.
Then I was not promoted for my merits?
I only made you inspector because I needed someone who would quietly get nowhere until I was ready to take over the case myself. Ex-inspector, I must go and prepare for the arrest, which will win me the Medal of Honor, catapult me to the National Assembly, and after that, who knows?
Can we mention how much this new Inspector Dreyfus sucks? Kevin Kline lacks Herbert Lom's anger and comedic timing. He is also a bit out of character, as the original Dreyfus was not in pursuit of fame and glory. He only cared about getting the job done properly. Oh, and to cure an idiot. I know this remake is trying to do its own thing, but when you have a character this lame, you can't help but compare them.
You knew?
It was an honor serving under you, sir.
So after his failed attempt to have the audience feel sorry for him, Clouseau does the only thing he was ever good at, using the internet.
Press the button that says download. I take the mouse.
I wonder if this is covered by the warranty.
Since last night's blackout had no real impact, Dreyfus believes he has found the killer.
Dr. Li Hao Pang. He was, of course, in the VIP box when Gluon was killed. Coincidentally, Dr. Pang would send Gluon large sums of money. Gluon took the money and gambled it all away. We will arrest him there for the murder of Yves Gluon.
You just made that up, didn't you? So, very conveniently, Clouseau notices something in the photo of his arrest that gives him a clue in the investigation.
We must get to the presidential palace immediately!
They try to get inside the mansion where the party is taking place with the help of Nicole.
Good work, Nicole.
What is that?
Camouflage.
It's evening, and you look beautiful without your glasses.
Thank you, Inspector.
I'm unattractive. Now I'm attractive. They sneak into the party in disguise, while Beyoncé sings a song similar to a James Bond theme.
Do you think you could fall for a woman like me? And sometimes I'm just out of control.
It's a better song than On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Change outfits! Stop!
You're under arrest for showing the shape of your balls.
You know these two?
Of course I know them. They are Zanya's backup dancers.
Prove it.
You don't have to prove.
They call it the unsexy dance. I think that guard was enjoying it too much.
Step! Step in the name of the law! Get in!
They managed to catch the killer, who turns out to be the Russian trainer. Remember him? He was like in 2 or 3 scenes.
Gluon was not! He takes credit for brilliant French defense, which I gave him, and treats me like I'm dead. Okay, fine, no, he is dead.
This made it easy for him to murder Gluon.
And in another ridiculous turn of events, it turns out that Zanya had the Pink Panther diamond the whole time.
After Gluon came to me, he said he decided to stop cheating on me. Then he asked me to marry him and put the ring in my hands. After he was killed, I thought if I came forward with the ring, everyone would think I did it.
Well, now you would be arrested for withholding evidence.
How did you know she had it?
It was simple, Panther. I was looking at a photo of myself at the checkpoint. Zanya's purse passing through the X-ray machine. The Pink Panther. The case is closed.
It was solved once again through the power of stupid convenience.
You are the rightful owner. You may keep the Pink Panther.
So Clouseau wins the Medal of Honor, leaving Dreyfus disappointed. Don't worry, it's just another medal.
Idiot.
Oh no.
Hit it, Panther! Does it hurt?
I say, how about we rip off the hospital scene from Son of the Pink Panther? It's always nice to take inspiration from the worst movies.
Tonton?
Yes, Inspector.
This is a very hard time for Inspector Dreyfus. And we must use the gentle healing power of laughter.
Either he can't hear properly or Clouseau is a sociopath. And one more accident for the ride. Dreyfus died and Clouseau was sent to jail. The end.
That breeze feels good.
And that was the 2006 remake of The Pink Panther, and what a disappointment! It may be a huge improvement compared to the other films in the series that I've reviewed, but that is no excuse for sucking. The humor is so childish with no attempt to make it smart. Half the slapstick makes less sense than the actual Pink Panther cartoon, and the plot is very basic with a half-assed climax. Some people say that Steve Martin was the wrong actor to play the character, but I disagree, because even if he had hired Jack Tati for the role, it would have still sucked with the terrible script. And how on earth did it manage to get a sequel? This is a crazy world. I am a standard critic, and if you excuse me, I'm off to eat a hamburger. I said I'm going to eat a hamburger. 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 Hamburger.